Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hunaifatu Zahroh Putri Wijaya. I am a student of English education in State Islamic University Syarif Hidayatullah, Jakarta. So in this video, I would like to review several articles, 10 articles that I have read during this semester. So these articles are related to education, technology, and teaching and learning English. Let's begin the first article. The article is titled Characteristics of Chinese Students' Learning Styles. So in this article, it is intended to argue a statement from some Western observer that Chinese students' learning style are more complicated, and the negative view of typical learning characters such rote, silent, and passive in English-speaking countries. The purpose of the article is critically examine the widespread view of learning styles and characteristics of Chinese students observed in Western countries. The findings of the articles of the study is it is not that the learning styles of Chinese students are more complicated than what some Western observers have described. Another study has conceptions of learning and teaching are assumed to be socially cultural context dependent. In other words, learning conceptions among the subgroups of Chinese should be consistent across social, cultural, and educational contexts. So in this article, it represents the traditional learning that has typical learning such rote, silent, and passive. So for the second article, in general, this is research towards adaptation of Rogers of innovation diffusion theory, that integrating it with teacher technology education literature to provide a model for the professional development of computer-assisted language learning, or CALL. The purpose of this article is to provide another view of what effective CALL professional development might look like. As the result of the research, the use of DIT and CALL professional development principles appears to support teachers' decisions to adopt technology. So let's move on to the next article. This article discussed towards the implementation of technology in education. It stated that technology plays an important role in promoting activities that are appropriate for students and have a significant impact on the teacher's teaching methods in the classroom. The article examines some important issues related to integration technology in learning and teaching language skills. The findings of the studies is it can be beneficial for the teachers and learners. The technology integration allows teachers to be more creative and effective in their teaching and motivate students to engage the classroom activities. Technologies will be able to successfully implemented in language classes if both teachers and learners adopt new roles and use the existing technologies in suitable way. For the next article, use multimedia as a new educational technology tool. So this article is presented a comprehensive study from selected papers that related to the use of multimedia in education. The objective of the paper is to indicate that multimedia technology can be very helpful in students' learning. Along with that, the implementation of multimedia as a solution to observed problems in multiple disciplines of current education system. The findings of the study, it has been learned from the review of literature, which refers to a variety of university approaches, that multimedia has enormous potential to provide flexible, multimodal, and lifelong education to heterogeneous mass students. The literature study also demonstrates its qualifications as a huge source of customized learning environments. The next is Technology in Education by Vong and Song. As the general issue of the article, to balance out the massification of education technology, institutions need to provide students different learning styles that often consisting of working professionals, different age groups, and students from cultural backgrounds. The purpose of the article is this article reviews previous studies that shown learning can create a learning environment where students are stimulated and effective learning is facilitated by providing personalized learning more efficiently. The findings of the study is mobile technology can be applied to most learning environments, such as classroom learning, outside the classroom, and inquiry-based. The next article is Technology and Classroom Practice and International Studies. So Robert Kozma conducted a teaching practices using technology in the worldwide scale of classroom. So generally, it analyzes how technology is used the worldwide classroom to change the practice of teachers and students. The research was conducted by 28 participant countries. Each country forms national panels to select innovative practices that will be included in international study and made modifications to adjust the local concern. The purpose of the study is that new information and communication technology, or ICT, could bring an interesting curriculum based on real-world problems into the classroom and provide the scaffolding and tools to increase learning. As a result of the cases, the technologies supported innovative classroom practices in many countries have influenced teachers using ICT to help change classroom teaching and learning, and integrate technology into the curriculum. Besides teachers' job to convey information in class, the right strategies of motivation also influence the successful learning in the class. So here, Sri Puji Astuti explored motivational strategies of successful teachers. The general issue of this paper was concerning two strategies of the successful learning in the class, where the way information is delivered and the method used can influence students' enthusiasm in learning. The study approach includes semi-structured interviews, classroom observations, stimulated recalls, and focus group interviews. The participants in this study involved 4 teachers along with their groups of students and used the strategies from Dornier's Motivational Teaching Practice, or MTP. The conducted research is to find out how teachers implemented the motivational teaching strategies and the impact of these strategies on students' motivation in an Indonesian high school. So the findings is that motivation from teacher is the main factor that made the classroom learning process become interesting. Several factors that increase students' motivation are teacher classroom behavior, relaxed and supportive classroom atmosphere, awareness of the importance of English, having a variety of learning resources and activities, and encouraging feedback. Here is an example of implementing multimedia technology in the classroom by video viewing as a mediation of learning content-based vocabulary. So it discussed the use of VSS or vocabulary self-collection strategy to encourage students learn disciplinary vocabulary in different discourse contexts. The purpose of research is VSS or vocabulary self-collection strategy. Data were collected from the students' reflective journals that they uploaded into the class bulletin board system or BBS every week, observation and interviews. The findings were found that the use of vocabulary self-collection strategies and viewing videos provided students with rich semiotic resources for learning discipline vocabulary in context. VSS and viewing videos also enrich students' reading experience. So here again, perceived learning strategies of Malaysian university students in Web 2.0 based English as second language informal learning. The article is discussed about the learning strategies using web-based 2.0 such as Facebook, YouTube, and Wikis in English as a second language in informal learning. The purpose of the research is to review the use of web-based 2.0 that allows students to adopt new learning behaviors, cooperative practices, joint involvement, and responsibilities that are consistent with the rapidly changing reality of virtual communities. A quantitative method design was used to collect data using online surveys. So in conclusion, the findings of the research in terms of the agreement level with the statements of the preferred learning strategies while using Web 2.0 for learning ESL beyond classroom, by average, there are 84.3% of the participants from 337 learners stated that they strongly agreed that Web 2.0 allows learning strategies of ESL beyond classroom. So the last article is the implementation of WhatsApp audio and video chat based in stimulating students' self-confidence and motivation to speak English. So the general issue of the article is the use of WhatsApp-based chat conversations in EFL teaching and learning outcomes contribute to the effective application of mobile learning, increase student confidence and motivation in higher education. This article aims to describe the ability of everyday students to speak English through the WhatsApp group. The highlight of the paper was the potential WhatsApp recording chat based in stimulating students' self-confidence and motivation in speaking daily conversation in order to familiarize oneself producing English sentence. Okay, guys, that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.